Alright, in this tutorial we're going to do a massing for the garage. Now if your garage is attached or not attached, separated from the house, and that's okay. Right now I'm going to just do a detached garage, and so principle is still the same. So I'm going to just draw the dimensions of a detached garage, and so it's just going to be a mass of what I've already measured. And actually I'm just going to make it up. So let's just say it's going to be at 25 feet. So let me go ahead and introduce the commands for SketchUp. So the letter L draws a line, and so if you'll notice that the lines change different colors. Um, Look at the axes right here. The green lines are basically like the Cartesian coordinates, your X and Y axis, and your blue lines are your Z axis. They represent your three-dimensional axis. So your green and reds will help you draw your two-dimensional geometry. And so right now I'm drawing the two-dimensional geometry. So I pressed the letter L, I clicked anywhere, and it dropped an anchor of a line, and I want to make sure that I draw straight lines, and I want them perpendicular. So I want to make sure that I see green or red. And so when I see green, I know that I can draw a perpendicular line from it on the red axis. And so I'm going to go ahead and type in 25 feet, and again on the red axis 25 feet. Now we're looking at this from a perspective, so it's not going to look straight, but it is. And then now you'll notice that there's these little dots. Well, SketchUp's trying to help you draft. And if you hit the space bar, you get out of that command. And you notice how when I closed the geometry, this solid piece came through. And that means it's ready for three-dimensional extrusion. So what I can do is I can hit the letter P, and this is the push-pull command for three-dimensional extrusion. I can type the distance however high I want, and I'm just going to do 9 feet. And I literally typed in the distance 9 feet. I also typed in the distance from the line command 25, and I used the that little symbol. I'm drawing a blank right now. So there is apostrophe. There we go. And that denotes that the apostrophe denotes feet. The quotation symbol is inches. And that's pretty standard in a lot of CAD programs, so computer automated design programs. Okay, so this is a massing of the actual garage. So this is what's existing. There's also supposed to be a roof on it, but we're adding a second story. So in SketchUp, you are able to manipulate this, but I don't want to because it's a massing, and I want to put something on top of it and play with it while not disturbing the original geometry of the first floor. So I want to make this a component. So hit the space bar, left click and drag, and you'll be able to select all of this geometry, and right click and select make a component, and just call this first floor garage, and then hit create. And notice how it selects all the lines. Now I can explode this and undo it, and now it selects everything individually. So I'm going to go ahead and undo what I just did. And undo is Control Z, Command Z for Mac. This is basically like a force field around it, so I can't really mess with it. But I can manipulate it if I double click on it. Notice how this force field around it is highlighted in this dashed box, but now it's all individual lines. Anyway, so that's components. Now for this massing project, what I would like for students to do is go ahead and take the dimensions 25 by 25, so we can actually, you can type in R for the rectangle tool, and we'll do this. So let me back up. So R for the rectangle tool is the letter R, and then you can select this point and then another point for a rectangle. Let me show you over here. That's all I'm doing. So I left click over here, and then I'll left click over here. I can type in 25 apostrophe, comma, 25 apostrophe, enter, and it'll make a rectangle in that. And so what I want you to do with this massing is I want you to come up with basically how you want it shaped, but I want 3 different iterations. And I'm going to go ahead and move this. And so how you move is select all. So you hit the space bar to get out of every command. Hit the space bar. Hit the space bar, select, so just left click, drag this box over, hit the letter M, and then you can move. And so the ideal way to create a massing is push-pull. And since this is a second story, you can do this 9 feet, you can do it 10 feet. It really depends on what you want on the inside. So I want 9 feet on the inside. So I'm going to do 9 feet. But look what else you can do. I can draw a line, let's just say, I don't know, to this. Oh, notice how it snaps to these various points, and it's calling it out, midpoint. So that's the very middle of that particular line. And I can draw a line from midpoint to midpoint. I can also use the push-pull tool and make this more interesting. I could also choose a random, arbitrary shape. You know, maybe this could be a balcony. You know, maybe this could be another balcony. Or what I don't want is this shape to repeat. So you can really play with a lot of things. You know, maybe this is the office here, and maybe this goes up another 3 feet. I typed in 36 for 3 inches. And maybe on the inside it also goes up 3 feet. And that way you step up into this separate space. But this space is empty, so I don't know if I like that idea, but you get the idea. You're creating these masses to get an idea. Oh, and I'm using the erase tool, the letter E for erase, and then I can just select lines that I want to erase. So I don't know if I like that idea, so I'm just gonna Control Z. But, maybe I like this. Create this whole kind of separate vibe from this area. Maybe this area is a lobby. Maybe this area is, I don't know, a little kitchenette. Or maybe this area is a kitchenette, this area is a lobby, and this area is for clients to discuss their projects, and then this right here is for maybe a TV screen to project their project. But play with it, definitely play with it. I would actually do this. I would do the rectangle before I would start doing the push-pull tool. I would make the rectangle, and then I would make copies. So I would hit the space bar, select, move, hit Control, and then click right there, type in 5x, and it makes copies. And that way you can just fiddle around with all different types of iterations of this design. So like this could be 1, and then once you're done with 1, make it a component. And that could just be massing 1. And if you want, actually what I would recommend, copy this too. So hit the space bar, move, Control. So M for the letter move, hit Control. And then what I would do is do that again. And click right here. Let's just hit 6x. There we go. Move and get organized. Get organized so you can stack your designs. And I would always do copies. I would leave the original here and then just kind of stack it and kind of see what it looks like. And then maybe this could work. And you can kind of see how this could wrap around as a balcony. But you can also go here to Tools and check out the tape measure. You want at least, 2 feet's not enough, so you might want a little bit more. Or you might not. I don't know. We could do a little roof that goes off of here, that juts off of this area down this way. So it'll look interesting. So, maybe that's what I want. Or I'll select this, move, copy, and maybe I don't want it there. I want it here, where this is hanging off, or move it. I think that's what I originally did. Yeah. So you should probably have at least 4 feet. So you can go to Tools and Tape Measure, or the letter T for Tape Measure. And yeah, that's not 4 feet. So you can double click inside, push pull, and go to this very edge. Go to the push pull, and then just type in 48 for 4 feet. Do the same over here. On face, that'll bring this face onto this, match it right up, and 48 for 4 feet. And that'll be proper spaces for that. Hmm. Or maybe you just want this little balcony for yourself. You don't necessarily want one for a client. Pull that over here. Oh, you know what? Let's make a copy. And you can see how SketchUp is used to develop. So move. There we go. Double click inside, push pull, and then I could match this edge. So I just left click and hold, and there we go. Double click out of it, and there you go. So I have this whole balcony for this office. Or, maybe I could make it for the client as well, or everybody in this space. It really depends. I do like this idea of overhang. So play with it. See what you can come up with. I would definitely do different designs. I was just doing this real quick just to toy with it. So, maybe play with something like that. Really go far-fetched and try and go a little further than what you expect. Maybe you really like these overhangs. Go 5 feet. Let's try that again. I left click hold, type in 5 apostrophe, spacebar, or enter, and then you've got this really wild thing going, and you got a lot more space. You also got to remember on spacebar, double click out of it, you have to have a landing for a way to get up here. There's no elevators, so consider that in your design. You need to have some sort of way to get up here. It's going to be stairs. Spoiler alert. All right. Yeah. So definitely come up. The more iterations you have, the better. The more you play with it, the better. Don't spend 5 minutes on this and turn it in. Yeah. Really consider what would go well on this site. Really consider the different spaces in here. You've already read the case studies on what works in different offices. Identify what you want in your office, what you need in your office. You'll definitely need some storage. You'll definitely need some space for a wide format printer. Definitely need your own particular office, maybe a kitchenette, a bathroom of some sort. Or this is going to be your home office. So I don't know if you're going to want to go downstairs into the main home to go use the restroom, or grab a bite to eat. So really take those things into consideration. You're going to be in here working probably 8 to 12 hours. So really take those things into consideration. All right.